Kia ora whanau. I'm just doing a from the Māra to the Tepu, garden to the table, just a quick cook up. So I'm using some tomatoes. Here we go. Tomatoes and basil. Got a whole lot here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the basil and tomatoes with a little bit of garlic and going to make a tomato sauce, and we'll have some spaghetti. So yeah, just prepping that tomato sauce and spaghetti. So just making some up. So what I'm doing is got some oil, prepping my water. Remember, a big pot with spaghetti, so you want it to move around. Olive oil, a little bit of garlic, and I'm going to not cook the garlic too quickly. Chuck in my tomatoes once I've prepped them, and then I'll put some basil in over here, and then I'm going to use this all the way through. So yeah, let's have a little nosy and see what it looks like. I'll come back once I've kind of chucked everything in. Okay. Hey, we're back. Right, got my olive oil, garlic, and I don't want to cook it too much, I don't want to burn it, so now I'm going to add my tomatoes, and I'll have also put in salt and pepper. I think I'm going to put my tomatoes in now. And put these ones in. Now, this is garden to the table. Mai te marakai ki te tepu. And I don't have a spare hand, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some salt and pepper to this, and what we're trying to do is get the juices. We're going to basically break this down into a tomato sauce, and give my water's boiling, so that's coming along quite well. Yeah, it's a really easy one. So as I say, I've got heaps of tomatoes at the tomato trees doing in the garden, and instead of then go rotten, even though I'm eating quite a bit, I'm just going to make up a sauce. And I've got a variety of tomatoes, got little ones, it's just they're all coming, so I'm going to do a lasagna, spaghetti today. So yeah, so now I'm just going to put that onto a lowish heat until they break down. I'm going to add in some basil to that, and then we're going to mash it up a bit, and I'll show you that later. Then bring the sauce back into the pan when my spaghetti is ready. Remember, you follow the instructions of cooking your spaghetti off the packet. If it says 12 minutes, do it for 10 minutes. When you come to add it to the sauce, make sure you grab some water out of there before you tip it in, and then that will help them mix together. So yeah, making a tomato sauce with basil. Inside it's got garlic, olive oil, and I'm going to be putting in some salt and pepper. Right, see you soon. Look at that. So I'm just cooking the tomato sauce and just breaking down the big chunks on a setting of 3. Yeah, just a nice simmering way, so because I don't want to overcook the tomatoes, but just enough so they break down and soften it, and then I'll blend them so they all fuse together. But I'll take out the basil. The basil's in there just for a taste at the moment, just to fuse with the tomatoes, and then we're going to add some basil a bit later on, and I'll probably do some more basil when it comes to garnishing it. So yeah, that's what we're doing. Just just to help them get out the juices a bit. So these are still a little bit. Yeah. Got extra tomatoes left over from the garden. Make up a tomato sauce and have a spaghetti. And I think I've got some parmesan, some cheese in there. Grate some cheese on top. Garnish it with a bit of tomato. Basil, sorry. Let's see what this tastes like. Right, come back in a minute. Right, and let's just make this a little bit deep. So, got some spaghetti, and it says cook for 12 minutes. So I'm just going to put that in there, and I've got my sauce down here, so I'll just do all that. I actually cook it for 10 minutes, because when I bring it back into the sauce, the rest of it will cook off. So, just chuck this into. Let's just turn this around. So as you can see, putting it into here. Firstly, I just need to give it a bit of a stir. So I've also put in some rock salt on the bottom. I actually don't know why you did it. Right. Make sure all your spaghetti's down. So 9:05, I will take that off. In the meantime, we're now going to do the sauce. Just turn it around. So here's the sauce. Just going to take the basil out and then blend it. The stalks, really, just the stalk that I put in there. And now, going to just so you see what I'm doing. Put it in here. Just to grind it, blend it together a bit. Get those little big lumps. I will be using it again to mix up the spaghetti and the sauce. So over this other side, I'll just show you what I'm doing. So, I don't know if you can see this, but there is my sauce. not as red because I had a variety of tomatoes in there. Let's just have a nosy. Yum. Delicious. So now we're going to be putting it back into the frying pan or the pan. And once it's there, because once the spaghetti's done, another 5 minutes on the spaghetti. And now, as you'll see over there, oops, let's just bring this around. So I've got some basil extra here, so I'm going to be breaking those up into pieces and adding it to the sauce. Yeah, I'm just going to put this on low. Bringing it back just to simmer it, not too much. But this part of it, and I'm going to take my basil. And just break it up. Yeah, we just got to mix it around. Excellent. Bring that back to the heat. You bring it back up over here, and by that time, the spaghetti should be ready. Okay. Right. We've now got our sauce just cooking slowly. Going to grab some water from the pasta, and now we're going to add it to the sauce. And then serve. Right, I've also grated some Parmesan cheese I'm going to add to it, and I'll take some more of my basil and into it, so I'll just show you what I'm going to do. Spaghetti. See why I've got so much sauce. Oh. Now we're going to mix it all together, and I will probably use, yeah, that's the right of it. Now turn that off. What I'll do now is take some of the basil and just going to break up some more. Those who've been watching our Māra Kaitaki Māra series, these are from our garden, and I had planted the tomatoes and then also had planted basil in front of them, and so pretty much other than the spaghetti, this is all from our garden. So now we're just bringing it all together. Now you'll see in a minute the reason why. Just going to put a bit of that boiling water in it just to mix it all together. And here is our spaghetti with tomato sauce, with basil, a bit of garlic, and now I'm going to put in my parmesan. Mix it in as well. Because we've got so much spaghetti, I think I'm going to put some more basil in. I think I will, just to garnish it a bit more. I've actually never tried this dish, so as I'm cooking it, you're learning as well, and we'll be able to taste it soon. Bye-bye. You know, growing our own food, food sustainability, food security. I'm going to add some more olive oil into this. That's looking like she's ready. So there we go. Here it is. The tomatoes, they were getting too many, turned into a tomato sauce and spaghetti. And I'll just dish it up on my plate. Do a little clip afterwards. Kia ora whanau. Ka pai.